Hey yo, what's good YouTube? Today I wanted to see with you guys how to make a Moneybagg Yo, Lil Durk, and like Tay-K dark melodies. Right before I go ahead and break it down step by step, I'm just gonna play a few previews of my latest kit, which is 20 samples and a one-shot kit. It also comes with 10 midis and 5 textures. So yeah, basically it's like a multi-kit. It is my first one and I made really sure this one was dark as hell. I know you guys like my dark stuff, so yeah. Here's the previews. If y'all trying to support the depressed ass kid, just go ahead, link is in bio. In all seriousness, this is one of the best kit I've ever made. The loops are hard, the one shot are actually usable. It's great, trust me. Enough said, let's jump right up into it. To make this kind of vibe, we're aiming between 140 and 150 BPM. So first thing first, we do have some Omnisphere bells. I really do think Omnisphere is one of the best plugins out here still for bells and ambient sounds like pads. So it's called Christmas Breeze Bells. It is in Keyscape Creative, so you need Keyscape to get this preset. I didn't really touch the preset at all. The only thing that I did is to lower the sound of the second layer, which is called Tetra Breeze. So I just lowered this one a little bit. Basically, this sound is a bell with a pad. So the toy piano would be your bell and this would be your pad, so I lowered the pad just a little bit. As always, when we try to make dark vibes, we would do some dark minor chords. So here's the MIDI. Basically, it's a random chord progression with some top notes, and I played a little bit with the velocity. On this mixer channel, I just pulled this little trick, which is basically you just put a regular off time and you just lower down the mix to about 15 to 20%. Basically it gives you a really nice low end. It sounds more full. I also got a shaper box too, which basically mess with the volume. So I got this little basic ass slope right here. Basically it serves as an LFO. I put the master mix to about 30%. It just gives a little bounce. These are the only effects I put on my mixer channel. Not even an EQ. So it sounds like this. It's already pretty dark, but we still trying to go darker. You know me, I like this. Second sound that I use is the nylon bass. I actually took this one from my one-shot kit. It sounds like this. I like to put basses in my samples. It makes them sound more real, if I could say so. Especially when you make some samples with some bells. Even if we did this little off time trick, most of the time we just don't have enough low end, in my opinion. Here's the MIDI for the bass. As you can see, there's a little slide right over here, so I would just click the slide button and make a a little note right over there. It sounds like you would slide your own finger on a real bass. We also have a choir, which is also from Omnisphere. The exact preset is called Choir Women O's Wheel. When it comes to choir, I would usually go ahead and use Contact Banks, but yo, this preset is just super good. I'm telling y'all, Omnisphere is slept on. Like, there's a lot of nice presets still. Only thing we have on the mixer channel is an EQ. I used FabFilter Pro Q3. It's actually my favorite EQ. I just love this plugin because you can do a lot of stuff. Basically, you can do some sidechain, some dynamic compression. It's just great. I cut it some high ends, and I also boosted around 100 Hz just to make the bass kind of more aggressive. I also turned the bass to mono at like around 50%. For the choir, on the mixer channel, we only have an EQ once again. I cut it a little bit of high ends because without it, it would sound a little bit weird. We just had this unpleasant noise, just get rid of it. With the EQ, the choir sounds just like this. Very ambient, very dark, very wet. Now for the vocals, we have this vocal chop. It is once again inside my one-shot kit. It's called Bruce Vocals. Basically, I recorded this a while ago with a bunch of auto-tune and reverb. For the mixer channel, we have once again some EQ, just a little bit right here. We have some Fruity Delay 2, which I set to ping pong. Adjust the time right here, lower the cut. I also have a shaper box too, which messes with the pan so it goes left and right. You do not need to have shaper box 2 to do this. You can do that with Panman, and you also can just do an automation clip with the pen and actually drag a line to go left and right. It does the same thing. Last sound I decided to add is a violin. It is once again a part from my one-shot kit. Here how it sounds. I actually use this one a lot. It is a sinister violin. It just sounds like kind of an horror movie. On the mixer channel, there's nothing at all. It was already EQ'd, so you don't even need to do it. Super simple notes that follow the chords. Last thing you want to do is to structure your loop, of course. So for this part, we are just going to play with the layers. On my first pattern, I have the bells, the bass, and the choir. On the second pattern, I would have the bells, the bass, and the vocals, so no choir here. And for the third pattern, we have the bells, the bass, the choir, and the strings. Last pattern would be the bell and the bass, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Now that you got this dark ass loop, you only need to put crispy drums on it, make sure it's fire, and you got yourself a hit. I'm gonna wrap this one up for today, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. At this point, I just know y'all won't believe me, but I'm really trying to get consistent with my YouTube uploads, so I'm working on it. I'm gonna need y'all help to bring up some ideas for the next videos. I really want to do this, but sometimes I just don't know what to do. I'm also counting on you to subscribe. It motivates me a lot. It takes 2 seconds and it just goes a long way. Thank you so much. I'm gonna catch y'all soon, I promise. Until then, be safe. Bye.